Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. And today we're going to be talking about Game Week 24 points, how I got on, how you guys got on in my league. And then we're going to have a look at the fixtures for Game Week 25 and also a change. So, because Arsenal and Man City got into Carabao Cup final, that game, the Carabao Cup final, is now being played on the 22nd of March, which is Game Week 31. Arsenal game has now been confirmed. It is now going to be played in Game Week 26. So, not this game week, the following game week. So, Arsenal will have in the next game week 2 games. They'll have a double header. So I would say have a look at what you want to do, plan it. If you want to get your 3 Arsenal players in, maybe potentially use them as a bench boost. Put them on your bench and put them as a bench boost. Could do that. Or you could wait and see when Manchester City have their game, because their game, as we're recording this video, has not been confirmed yet. And that game is against Crystal Palace for Man City. For Arsenal, it's against Wolves. So, Game Week 26, Arsenal do have Brentford away and Wolves away. It's a long game week. It goes over a Tuesday to the following Wednesday. Okay. So we will show you in this video the fixtures for that. But let's get into my results for Game Week 24. So I ended up with 56 points. Ray getting 6 points. Gay getting 3. Gabriel getting 8. Chala getting 3. Matthews getting 1. Wilson getting 2. My vice skipper, Bruno Fernandes, getting 10 points. Enzo getting 8 points. Bryce getting 3. Thiago, just 2 points. And Haaland, as my captain, double points. He ended up with 10 points. Got 5 in total, but double my captain. Could I have gained extra points? Yes. I could have gained 8 additional points. So I would have been on 64 points. So there we go. So there's a quick look at my points. And now we're going to have a little quick look at who did well and who is doing well in my league. There's no change in first place, but we do have a player dropping from second down to fourth. It's very tight between those 4 players, 5 players, such. Tight. There's a big cluster together that could change it, but this player is walking away with it. We're going to have a look at his team. And there we go. He could not have gained any extra points. He did have Bruno Fernandes, which was not the best option. Ikiti was the best. And for me, I do kind of like having 3 Arsenal and 3 Liverpool and 3 Man Cities. I do also 2 Liverpool players and 1 Manchester United. I do kind of like this team. Me personally, I've been looking to potentially get something like this myself. But for me, I would probably is it Rodgers? I would probably change Rodgers out for someone else. That's what I would do. But hey, that's my opinion. But I do like this. And the top point scorer was a person who was in 5th place, 83 points. And there we go. He made a bit of a mistake. Didn't put SKTT on. Could have gained 10 additional points. and gone on 93 points. So, bit of a shame there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little look at the fixtures for game week 20, 25. So, we do start with a Friday night fixture. It is Leeds versus Nottingham Forest. Then Saturday, we have a whole handful of fixtures. We have Manchester United Spurs. We have Arsenal versus Sunderland. Bournemouth versus Villa. Burnley versus West Ham. Fulham versus Everton. Wolves versus Chelsea. Newcastle versus Brentford to finish off Saturday. Then go on to Sunday. We start off with Brighton versus Crystal Palace. And then a big game, Liverpool versus Manchester City to round it off. They are your fixtures for game week 25. It is a Friday at 6:30 deadline, so please make sure you've got that in, as you can see. But the next game week starts Tuesday night, so a quick turnaround. And as you can see here, Arsenal do play Thursday night, then we play Wednesday night here. So it's a quick turnaround. So think about what you got to do, plan, and go from there. That's what I would say. We will talk about that in the next game week. Players to look out for. If you are planning or potentially looking at that game week 26, you could potentially have 3 Arsenal players in that team to potentially use at some point or use as a bench boost. But remember, you could use them as a bench boost, but do you want to wait for the Manchester City game? I don't know. Could there be a potential time where there could be 3 games in 1 week? It all depends on where they put that Man City fixture and other City games that may be delayed due to the FA Cup and stuff like that. So have a look closely on that as well. Pedro is flying high at the moment. He's one of the top midfielders in form. And I think that's one of the good things to keep with him. And with their fixtures coming in, he's one of the options that I am thinking about with Simeo as well. There are a handful of things I may do for this game week. I haven't made my full mind up yet. We're going to just think about that. I will do that in my team reveal, which will come out on Friday at 4 p.m. Bruno Fernandes, again, got okay fixtures coming up. They've been on a 3-game winning streak at the moment. Hopefully they can go through the next few game weeks as well and do that as well. Especially upsetting Spurs, that would be nice. I would say if you're going to go with someone like Ekitike or Wirtz, me personally, I'll go with Wirtz because of values less and less people have him. And he's a bit more informed right now. So someone like Wirtz, I would probably go for, especially with the fixtures coming up. Sunderland away could be tricky. Not in the Forest away, but again, West Ham home. I kind of look into that. Excuse me. Simeo is a good option. Flying high, but again, this is the one thing I don't like. 49% of people are having him. I would say if you've got Haaland in your team, would you get rid of Haaland and get someone like Ekitike in, and then get Simeo in if you've got enough money from get rid of one of your midfielders? Could that work out? Potentially. And that's something that I'm actually looking at. Um, of trying to plan and see if I can actually do that exact transfer. Um, so there's a little heads up for you there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if we do have a look at the form player, now Somerville is the one that's impressing me recently. Um, they've been doing well, but do I like West Ham's fixtures coming up after Burnley game? No. Manchester United, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Fulham, okay, but there's then hit and miss games, and I think the last few games for them as well is going to be a bit tricky. So he's going to be more hit and miss. One week good, one week okay. So for me, I think Somerville may be a person maybe you could avoid, but for 5.5 million, he could make a lot of money elsewhere for you guys. Um, I think someone like Doku, I know he's out good for potentially, but that 4.4 million is a very good cost because it can save you on spending more money elsewhere. Um, and that's what sometimes you've got to look at. Someone like Keller, um, Brentford, 4.6, reasonable, but 6.2, doing well. But do I like their fixtures? No. And that's like Anderson, cost wise, cheap. People have got him very low. Is he done really well? Yes. Someone like Anderson could be another option, but he'd be probably be one of these people that you may have on the bench a lot more. Saying that a £5.3 million person on the bench all the time is a bit of a they say. And I think looking through all that, that could be an interesting thing throughout the rest of the season. Um, the Sunderland player doing really well, but again, fixtures for the next 3 out of the 4 are tricky. But do I like their fixtures near the end? Yes and no. But do you think they could upset players or upset other teams? Yes. I just hope they don't do it this game week. Um, the Brighton player doing really well. I think may look at after game week. Was it after the Liverpool game? No. I think again, his fixtures wise are a bit clogged up, and I don't really like that. Um, but for form players, I think you can look at these top players here. But the other thing to look out for are those players that have got those top points. Timber's just nicked in there now. Gimraich has got injured, ankle injury, so he hasn't played the last few game weeks. He didn't play in the Carabao Cup game, I believe. So, and they need him. But again, I think if you get rid of Haaland, could you get Simeo and one of the other players in to help you out? Yes. And I think that could save you a lot of money. Now, again, I'll say Method is another good option. Um, James Garner here is a good option for like bench at 5.2. So again, have a look at your team, potentially look. I would also say plan for that game week 26. That game week 26 with Arsenal could help you out a lot. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you do come back for game week 25 team reveal. Goodbye from now.